ain't trying to be stubborn, but I could use some self-loving.
They hate to see it, we love to see it. You continue to set the bar, they underneath it. Always.
Okay, so on today's video, we have a tutorial. Alright, it's been a little minute since I did a makeup tutorial for y'all on a client of mine. You can see I'm starting off by using the Too Faced Hangover Primer all on her face. For this look, I was able to get some new brushes, so you see me combing her brows out with this little comb before I started applying the pomade. I didn't apply that much pomade to her brows just because like she had such a great shape, so I didn't want to add too much, and she wanted a light makeup look, so I just added a little bit and blended it with the end of my spoolie. She was a character, okay? You're gonna see throughout this video she made a lot of different faces. But so I'm concealing her eyebrows, just drawing them. It was so easy to do her brows. Like, it was just so easy to do her brows. Like, her brows, it was just like swoop. It was very easy. They were already cleaned. That's the thing, like when you get your makeup done, it's so much easier for the person doing your makeup if your brows are already clean, because then they have, you know, an outline, versus if you don't have your brows clean, then it may look like, you know, who knows what they could do with unclean brows. I know it's hard for me to do stuff with unclean brows if it's not my own personal brow. So yeah, but anyways, so you see I'm adding the concealer. I'm just brushing it out. I brought a little bit of the concealer into the middle of the brow, at the top, just to give it like a faded look, not too much of a definition on the top. Next, I'm going in and putting foundation, Maybelline Fit Me, all over her face. I do not remember the color foundation that she is exactly. So Taylor, if you watch this video, if you want to just put in the comments what color your foundation is, that'd be great, girl. But so yeah, here we are, just combing out those little brows, and then I'm gonna slap them down because we want to hold them in place. This FENTY brow wax pencil, 10 out of 10 will recommend. It's really good at placing the brows where you want. And I would imagine if you wanted to do like a soap finish that people do on their brows, this would be the perfect thing you can use and not use soap. But next, I'm going in with the same concealer that I clean her eyebrows with, and I'm going to put that on the major spots on her face, so underneath her eyes, on her forehead, and on her chin. While that's sitting for a second, I'm going in with some contour, just a little bit, not too much, again because we want to do a light look for this. This is also a new brush, which was really nice to use to get into the details. I'm setting her face with some spray before I go in to blend out the concealer, because that was just something that I want to do. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't, but I definitely want to do that for her look today. Next, I'm going in with this special blend of Laura Mercier setting powder. I wanted to make sure I use the color that was going to complement her skin. So instead of just using the deep or the honey or the medium, or the like regular translucent, I mixed the translucent and the deep. Also, I'm going to set her contour, her cream contour. I'm going to set that with a powder, and I don't remember which powder I used, but you know, you can use any powder. This brush was so much fun to use. It's a Real Techniques brush, definitely recommend. So now I'm going in to clean up that nose contour with a Real Techniques sponge, and then I'm going back in with the end of the brush just to like add some more definition. Contouring the nose has become one of my like, I like to make it look seamless. If we can make it look seamless, then we did a good job. But yeah, I enjoy a good nose contour. Next, you can see me just working that powder in a little bit as I'm brushing it away, because I want to make sure that it is setting the products. I go a little bit over the brows because I do like to set the brows And then I'm leaving a little bit underneath her eyes because I'm about to do her eyeshadow. So instead of just putting more, I just leave a little. So I'm going in with the P. Louise eyeshadow base in shade Rumor 4. And straight to the eyeshadow look. So basically, for this look, I used a lot of Juvia's Place palettes, and I also realized that I didn't get the opportunity to write down all the colors I used, but I tried my best. So you see I'm going in here in her crease with 2 shades. I'm mixing them together to give it just to get a good transition between the eyeshadow base and the concealer that was already there for her eyebrows. So that's what the first step is. And I'm going back and forth between both eyes at this point when I'm putting the transition, but there's going to come a point where I only focus on one. So also in her transition colors on her crease, I used a burnt orange. I don't recall what palette this was from, so unfortunately I'm not able to put that on the screen. But I did just continue to, buff those colors together. Now we're going on the outer crease with a darker brown shade. This is from a Juvia's palette. I don't recall which exact shade I used. Not a very dark brown, but a darker shade brown than you use in a transition would be a good shade to be your first outer crease color. And this is also outer eye. I dragged it in a little. Now we're going to cut the crease. This is the fun part. So I had my client look up when I was cutting her crease just because I don't know where her natural eye crease is. And I was trying so hard not to just put my hands all over her face. So I ended up using a sponge, which was very helpful because if I'm very personable with a person, I don't mind putting my hands in their face. And she was just like, girl, it don't matter. But I was just like, oh my God, I'm going to try to, keep this professional. So basically after I blended that, after I blended that base in, I went in, I covered it with a shimmer, 2 shimmers. The first shimmer was on the outside and then used another shimmer on the inside of her lid, on the inside of the cut crease. And this came out really good using these 2 colors. And then I went back in with a darker brown than I originally used to give that eye some more definition. So I'm really glad, I'm really excited about how this look came out because I feel like her eye had a lot of definition and it definitely helped that she had a lot of eye space. So a lot of lid space. That's the right word. A lot of lid space. So yes. So now you just see me going in, cleaning it up, adding a little finishing touches here and there. The eye just looked so flawless to me. It was just beautiful. Now I'm going in with the same brush I put her foundation on with. I'm going to wipe away the excess powder in any eyeshadow. So because this eye was just so stunning, I had to make sure that I put an eyeliner on her. And I also used a sponge for that just because I didn't want to disturb the makeup. Oh my goodness, so helpful. This was really so helpful using that sponge. And then I went back in and I smudged out the liner with the dark brown that I put on the outside of her crease. Going back in to set the makeup since we're basically almost done. I have yet to put blush, so now we're putting some blush. And I'm going back in just to, do some finishing blending. And then we're going to put some highlight because you got to put that highlight on you. Now we've got the highlight, we've got the blush. I did go in and put some highlight on her inner corners because I just feel like this look was really giving glowiness, and I just wanted to make sure she was all the way glowing. And we're going to set her face for one last time. The setting spray that I'm using is going to be the Urban Decay All Nighter Spray. I did not press the powder in, but it came out so cute. So yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See y'all next time. It's a video or whatever. Oh, Jesus. She said, oh, Jesus.